everyone, I'm Julia Lefaivre. I am a Diamond Beachbody Coach and founder and CEO of Julia Lefaivre Fitness. I wanted to share my Beachbody success story with you today. I know if you've been following me, you've heard parts of my story, but not the full story. So my story starts back in 2009 when my husband and I, he was boyfriend back then, were working out and running, and we were gym goers, and we decided I just really wasn't seeing the results that I wanted, and I never felt like, I really wanted to tone and be fit, and I never felt like a runner. And one night we came home and we saw an infomercial for the P90X. So we kind of looked at each other and thought, okay, do we renew our membership for the next 3 months and pay for 2 gym memberships, or do we buy the P90X and work out to the program for the next 3 months? So it was a lot cheaper for us to do that. And, to be honest, we were a little bit skeptical at first watching those transformation pictures come out, and I thought, okay, these people have to be working out like 4 hours a day. There's no way. Like, those transformations were amazing. So, but I have to try something really before I can say like, okay, that doesn't work. So we decided, let's invest the money into the program. We'll save some money from buying a gym membership. So that's what we did. We ordered the program and we did the full 90 days. We followed the meal guide and worked out every day together. And I was blown away by the results. I lost a total of 10 pounds and 10.5 inches. I became a lot stronger. I was much more toned. I was doing, by the beginning of the program, I was doing 4 chin-ups. And by the end, I was doing 20. Like, what? Oh my God. At the beginning, I was doing 5 push-ups and I could do 30 by the end. So it just blew my mind. I was a total believer in the program. I fell in love with Tony Horton and P90X. And, but what happened was something even greater than losing some inches and some weight. And it was the self-confidence that built in me, my inner strength. I just felt so much better about myself. I was always very shy and timid. I never felt, sexy or good about my body. And I started to I just felt great. And so this was a program that I continued to use. I used it when I became pregnant with our first child in 2010, and I used it post baby number 1, pre-baby number 2, and post baby number 2 to kind of get back into shape and stay fit. So, it's been my soulmate workout, and I love it. And that's where I first fell in love with Beachbody. Now, my story kind of takes us forward a little bit to more of the financial side and what Beachbody has done for me. So, like I said, I fell in love with Beachbody way back in 2009. And my story takes us to 2011 when our son was born. So I am an elementary school teacher. And 3 months after I was on maternity leave, and 3 months after my son was born, I received a letter in the mail from my employer stating that there were some cutbacks, and due to that, there was no position for me to return to upon the end of my maternity leave. So, at first I was just in shock, and I think I was still like foggy mommy brain, and I was just so in love with our newborn son that I was just like, okay, this is something I'll worry about later. And, as the months went by, I started to, the fear sort of sunk in and was scared. And then I became really angry. I was sort of angry at my employer for, I was sort of the disposable one as a mom on maternity leave. That I could be the one that they didn't think about all the years and hard work that I had put in, even though I came highly recommended, and that was just an easy person to let go. And it kind of was really scary. It put us in a really scary position. My husband and I then were expecting our second. And so because we were expecting, I went back to work early, and my husband finished off the maternity leave for my son because he couldn't go to daycare until he was 12 months old. So I went back to work and tried to get enough hours in order to receive benefits for my second maternity leave. And unfortunately, because I was only subbing and wasn't doing full-time work, I didn't get enough hours. So we were then down to, when my daughter was born in June of 2012, we were down to one income. So that was really, we had a lot of scary decisions to make and big decisions to make at that point. So what we did is, my husband and I have been pretty good at saving money. And we had saved a chunk for a down payment that we would eventually use to buy a home where we live. But because it's quite expensive here, you need quite a large down payment. So what we decided to do, instead of losing our entire down payment and our savings in order to survive the year, we decided to invest the money, and we moved back home to Ontario, where our families are from, and we bought a home. So we invested that money in a home, we used it for a down payment, and we used the rest to put into fixing up the home so that we could eventually sell it and make some money. So we thought this was a great idea. We'd be close to family, brought our kids with us, and it just didn't seem to work out. I ended up going back to, my husband had found a job there. We ended up having to buy the cheapest home really on the market because we only had one income at the time when we moved. So we had the dingiest, cheapest home on the market, and we used our savings to fix that home up. I ended up going back to work early with my daughter as well. We found a day home that would take the kids. She was only 9 months old at the time, so I had to leave my babies, and I went back to work. And what happened next was the end of school year came, and there was no job for me in September. So again, we were back down to one income. The kids were in daycare because I was subbing in September, and it just really wasn't working out for us. So we decided to move back to the mountains, where our hearts were, and we both found good jobs, and the kids were in daycare. But I just found myself to be really unhappy, and I thought, we'd moved back to where we loved being, and it was a great place to raise our family. And I just found myself so unhappy, and like I was missing something. And a few months after moving back, my good friend now and friend then and coach Gina Whitehouse had posted something on her Facebook about the coaching opportunity. And at the time I had been thinking about getting into the fitness industry, and so I inquired, and she was doing a 5-day sneak peek into coaching, and I said, I want to know more about this. What is it? And I couldn't wait. So I hopped into the 5-day sneak peek, and to be honest, I could not wait for the 5 days to be up so that I could sign up to be a coach. It was exactly what I was looking for. Something where I could feel good about myself, be proud of myself, help others. I mean, I was already in love with the Beachbody products and had been for years and using them for years. So I wanted to help other people and other moms feel the same way. So what I did is I signed up as a coach at the end of April in 2014. And now it has been just over 14 months since I've been a coach. And it has been a crazy year. It's been a lot of hard work. There's been a lot of tears of joy. A lot of great things have happened. And I'm probably going to tear up here now. But it's just been an amazing year to be surrounded by so many amazing people. And actually, next week, so we're Sunday today, on Friday, it's the last day of school, so I'm still teaching. On the last day it's the last day of school, and it will be my very last day of teaching. So after 14 months of coaching, I will be able to quit my job. I'm not going back to work in September. And I will be a full-time coach and a full-time mom. So I have they're 4 and 2 now, or 3. Oh my goodness, she just turned 3 a couple weeks ago. So I get to be a full-time mom and raise my babies. And I get to be a full-time coach, and I get to help people achieve their health and fitness goals on a daily basis. And I get to help other parents and moms achieve the goal that I did, and that is to be able to get healthy and fit, and hopefully for some of them, if that's their goal, to stay home and be a full-time parent. So that's my story, and thank you very much to all of you for all your support and kind words over the last 14 months. And I'm so excited for what the next 14 months will bring for all of you and my coaches and my family. So have a great day. Cheers.